Okay. So, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the very first edition of our Face Behind the Brand show, and today we have Miss Nene Kanu. She's the founder and CEO of ShopNeen. So,
Thank you,
Nene, can you
Emily.
please introduce yourself and say hi to our audience?
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Nene Kanu, and I am the founder of Nene Eyewear. So, Nene Eyewear is. Can you guys hear me, please? If you can hear me, just because I don't know, I think I'm having a problem with my AirPods. So, just say hi or something. Can
I
you hear
think
me
if I can
clearly?
hear you, they all can as well.
Okay. So, Nene Eyewear is a retail online eyewear store. So we provide sunglasses, blue light blocking glasses, optical frames for everyone. We provide glasses for people from the age of 18 till about 55 years. So that's what we do. And we've been doing this for about 6 years now.
Wow. I can't believe
Yeah,
it's been 6 years.
yes,
So, guys, what's
2016.
interesting is that I know how long um, Nene has been on this journey, and anytime I see her brand, I'm like, okay, wow, this is the brand that I've seen grow over the years, and I've seen it just turn into something that is completely different from what it was when it started. And
Thank
which leads us to our first question. So, what led you to develop this idea? What made you think of glasses is what I have to be doing right now? And how did you know that was going to be successful? Like, what about it was the draw?
Okay, so first of all, I didn't know it was going to be successful from the beginning. And I always say this story. So I was just sitting down in my office one day and I just had the feeling. I'm like, oh, I should be doing something else. Yes, I'm being paid here, but I just wanted more. So I wanted more basically, but I didn't know what to do because I didn't even see myself as a business person from the get go. So that day I was just in my office and I'm like, okay, I was paid my salary that day. And I just searched on Instagram and I saw a brand. Then it's a popular brand. A lot of people will know them. So I just DM'd them and I'm like, oh, I would like to sell sunglasses. And I picked sunglasses because I had a thing for glasses from when I was way younger. I just sent her a message and I told her, oh, this is how much I have and how many glasses can I get with this? Mind you, it wasn't something that I thought through. I didn't even I didn't even think about it before. I didn't tell anybody because I have a thing of if I talk about something too much, I won't do it. So I just bought the glasses and I came home one day with a box of glasses and everybody in my house was just looking at me like, are you serious? Who would buy glasses? And truthfully, I made peace with if these things don't sell, I'll wear them because I like them either way. So I was just comfortable with them, and I'm like, let's do it. And my stars are like, you really went and bought 25 glasses. Wow, no problem. Would help you, and that was how we started. Really.
Oh, wow. So, your family must have been very supportive of your decision.
Yeah, they were. At first, they didn't condemn. They were just like, wow, we don't know what pushed you to this, but we will support you regardless.
That's amazing. I think when you start off on a new venture, on a new project, you always need your family support because that
Mm-hmm.
is like they're the people whose advice you could always trust. They'll
True.
never ever tell you, okay, they're the ones that are confident enough to tell you this is the work idea. It's not going to be successful because they're genuinely worried for you. So I think
True.
it's very important.
True.
Okay, so now how have your priorities changed from when you first started?
Hmm. So then I would say when I started, because I didn't even have an idea of the market I was going into, I would say I just wanted to please people. I just wanted to please my customers. So, oh, hi ShopNeen. I can see you're selling glasses and your price is 3,500. Then we were priced at 3,500, 2,500, thereabouts. Please, can I
Yes.
pay? Some people will come and say, can I pay 2,000? It wasn't like at that moment I would just agree because I couldn't cost well. I didn't know how to price my glasses well. So I'm just like, oh, let me just sell these things. Let me sell these things sharp, sharp. So any customer that comes, I really just wanted to sell at the point. But now I'm more focused on customer satisfaction. So I know the value of what I'm giving you, and I know the worth. So any price I put on it is justified. Do you get? So
Yes.
trying to please
Okay.
people
Okay, the
to
audio went
just
off for a bit.
focusing on,
You're back
oh,
now.
I'm sorry, a call tried to come in. Yeah. So did you get what I said? I said I moved from trying to please people to focusing
Yes.
on customer satisfaction.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
but I know like that's actually a very thin line between the both of them because I think um they're actually sort of similar, trying to please people and
Mm-hmm.
customer satisfaction. How so?
Mm-hmm.
How do you distinguish that from pleasing people and customer satisfaction? How do you distinguish that? Where's the line? Because
Okay, so
there are
let me,
customers that would have outrageous demands. Oh, I want you to deliver it to me in like 2 hours. Or
mm-hmm.
if maybe things happen, mishaps happen, and you can't meet up, what happens then?
Okay, so before, let's say a customer comes to me and she's like, "Oh, ShopNeen, I'm traveling tomorrow morning. I really need my order by 7 a.m." I bet you me before the next day, I would literally be up at 4 a.m. or 5, just trying to get that order sorted. But now I'll tell you, okay, can you give us till about 9:10? That is more feasible. So then I know that I would always find a rider, and it is possible for us to deliver within those hours. I'm not now trying to inconvenience myself as a person to just please you
Yes.
just for your singular order. Do you understand? So I think that is the line. So I'm going to satisfy you. But instead of that 7 a.m., can we make a compromise? Usually our delivery time is from 12 till about 6 p.m. But I can make an exception. I can tell you, say, we'll deliver at 10 instead of 12. So I can't make it for that 8 a.m., but we would definitely try to get this to you on or before 10 a.m. And usually, I would say that our customers, we have very reasonable customers. I would say about 90% of them always just agree to it. So instead of running helter skelter and just trying to, because you
True.
make things difficult for yourself, and
Yes.
dispatch riders are very unreliable. So I don't put myself in that position anymore. I'll just tell you the truth. Okay, the rider starts working at 8 a.m. and this thing can get to you on or before 10. So if you give us till 10 a.m., you will definitely get this package. So that is it. So that is just that, the very thin line between people pleasing and satisfying your customer.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Because I know some people may think that, doing everything for the customer because of that saying, the customer is always right. I mean, you have to have your own rules that guide your own business. Or,
Of course. You
you're
just find
always
yourself
bending.
chasing everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, so knowing what you know now, is there anything you'd have done differently when you were first starting out?
Okay, the first thing would be to there are certain details in a business that you need to figure out yourself, right? I'll just keep using myself as an example, right? When I started,
Yeah.
because I was working a 9 to 5, I spoke to my
What
dad,
were you doing
and
then?
he sorry, what did you say?
What were you doing then?
I was working as a customer service representative somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't have the time to do the whole CAC documents and all of that good stuff. So I spoke with my dad about it. And he's like, "Oh, he has somebody. He can hook me up with a lady." The thing I did wrong was not collecting the lady's number and having the conversation with the lady myself. So I left it to my dad to handle it. And I came back from work that day, and my dad had picked a name. Like,
Oh,
did
wow.
yeah. I told him, oh, I wanted something in the likes of Nene Eyewear, knee glasses, just something fancy. And my father went and said, "Oh, why are you restricting your business to eyewear? That I'm thinking big for you. I want you to have like
That's good.
big
That's good.
companies, like so you can." My father went and registered Name Impex Integrated International Limited. I kid you not. I kid you not. So I always tell everybody that, see, there are little details you can't leave for people. And he honestly did it from the goodness of his heart, because it's like, oh, your
Wow.
business will be international, you're importing and exporting. So that's where the Impex came from. And it's going to be like an
That's a very
integrated.
powerful name.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I remember crying for about 4 days. So nobody really understands your vision as much as you understand it. My father just did that because he had already, in fact, I can't explain it right now. But 3 years down the line, I had to go
Wow.
back and register the business to what I wanted it to be. So
Oh,
he's
so we
always
don't
had.
name Impex
Funny, I still
International.
use it. Funny. I
Oh,
still use
okay.
it because I use it to open my bank account, and I couldn't start going through the stress and everything. But after then, the name I wear is an alternative account now. I still use that one, but every day I look at that name, I'm just reminded of that story of how I got the name. Just if I had just paid a little bit of attention to that, and I was just starting, I wouldn't have made that mistake. So yeah, at the
That is
beginning, you
both
have to pay.
touching and hilarious. I mean, I love
Hilarious,
that
I know.
your dad wanted something bigger for you at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, and who knows? Okay, so how did you decide where to establish your company? So I know some entrepreneurs are starting out. They, when they start, they're thinking, I must have a physical store. I must have this. I must have that. So how did you decide having an online store was the best idea for you? Was the best decision for you at the time, rather than having a physical store? What inspired that decision?
Okay, so it was, I've lived in Lagos all my life, right? And I know how busy Lagos can get. I know how difficult shopping can get. And I really just wanted that experience. Before I started running my business full time, I've been in 9 to 5 babe. So I was always in front of my desk and I'm scrolling through Instagram. I'm looking for what next to buy. And I really wanted that convenience. I really didn't want to always walk into a store, and because I particularly don't like it. So I just assumed that there were people like me that didn't also like that. I'd rather just sit at my desk and have it delivered to me. So yes, you need your optical frame. Send it to us. Send us your prescription, and we'll get it sorted. So you can just be in your office. Oh, hi, ShopNeen, my glasses is broken. Can I get my lens sorted? Yes, you can get your lens sorted. Just send us your prescription strength. We'll have it done, instead of you going to the eye clinic, having to schedule an appointment, having to do all of that, right? So I just decided that we would do all this online and see how it works. However, at the beginning, I realized that Nigerians are not so big on the online space, but we're getting better. So when I just started, it was always, oh, do you have a physical store? Do you have a physical store? And I honestly started stocking at some stores. Like I had a friend that had a store in Abuloja. So I said, okay, let me try this out before I put money in it, right? I would I would change the styles every week. I'll send her glasses, and every week I'll just go in to check, and the glasses are still there. Guess what? People weren't coming to buy. So
Hmm.
we did that for over a year, and it didn't work. So maybe in a week we're selling just one person that's coming to pick up, or two people. And guess what? We had to buy fuel for the generator. There was NEPA bill to be taken care of. There were a lot
Wow.
of expenses. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Nah, we're not going to do this. A lot of people would still rather prefer shopping online. And we've grown so much that people now trust us. Oh, we're online, yes. Can I exchange? If I buy this thing and it doesn't fit, can I get an exchange? 100%. So, and we now offer eye styling services that, oh, you can send a picture of your face and would advise what will fit. And if it doesn't fit, we would exchange. We are not even a company that will say, oh, no refund. No refund. How can we say no refund when we are online? You're
Yeah,
not seeing what you're buying,
yeah, that's very
right?
shady.
Yeah, so we would refund you if you get it and you don't like it, you don't like anything about it, it doesn't fit. Oh, ShopNeen, it doesn't fit, I don't like it. If you're open to an exchange, we'll do an exchange for you. But if you totally don't want it, we'll process a refund. So it's actually not a big deal, and we've gotten a lot of loyal customers just by doing that.
That makes so much sense. I mean, rather than bog down your business at the start, why don't you see how things will test what has built the
Yeah.
brand
Mm-hmm.
up until a point where it can now stand on its own? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure if you wanted to do a store, if you wanted to have your own store now, you wouldn't have that same issue because everybody knows that your brand is trusted
Exactly.
because you built your reputation over the years.
Mm-hmm.
That was a
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
fantastic idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so what challenges did you have to overcome at the beginning of your journey?
Okay, I think the first one would be funding. So, you know, this thing of, or when you start a business, you should be in money, everybody expects you to have money. But meanwhile, most times you're actually running at a loss. If you're not running at a loss, you're actually not getting any profit because the money is going back into the business. So at the
Yes.
time, my salary was going back into the business. The little profit I was getting was going back into the business. Any extras I had, I was using it to buy data or just something for the business. So it was like at the point, everything I had was just for the business because it wasn't like, oh, I had help from anywhere. I had to do it myself from the beginning. So my salary was going into the business, my profit was going back into the business. And a few times I would go back to my parents, my mom especially. Oh, mom, please, I need to borrow this amount of money. I'll borrow the money. Once I have it back, I'll give it to her. So funding for one was a challenge. Then the second one was logistics. My goodness, it was it was horrible. But we started to tackle it very early. I worked with a couple of logistics companies, so I had to test the waters. Okay, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, get a bike at the beginning, get a bike, get a bike." I tried that as well. So every day the rider will call you and tell you, "Hello, madam, my bike has broken down. Road safety has seized the bike. The paper, something." There was always a story. Then you work with a company, there was always a story. Then it was just one thing or another till I just figured how to work with this. So I then said, I don't have strength for this. I don't have strength for these riders calling me directly. I would work with a company, but the company should assign riders to me. So they're assigning specific riders for my business. So if I need to call them, I reach out to them. But nobody's calling me to tell me that, oh, my bike was seized, my bike was
Mm-hmm.
stolen, the papers of my bike aren't complete. No, I
Have
couldn't deal with all
expired.
of that. Yeah, so I couldn't deal with all of that. I just had to figure that out early enough and work with it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I know that there are several online businesses out there, and
Mm-hmm.
there are also several online eyewear stores. So,
Mm-hmm.
what distinguishes your business from the rest? What makes your business unique?
Okay, the first one will be the customer experience. So, like I already said, we're particular about how the customer feels when shopping with us. Our customers have to feel appreciated. You have to feel like you're getting the value for your money when you're shopping with us. Another thing
Yeah.
is the turnaround time for delivery. So usually, when I'm shopping with online stores, you see things like, oh, you get it in 3 to 5 working days. Mm-mm. That doesn't work for me. And I noticed that some other customers are always very eager. When you order something online, they want to get it ASAP. So
Exactly.
I had to reduce the turnaround time. Usually, instead of that 3 to 5 working days, we do it same day or next day if you're in Lagos. So if you're outside Lagos, 3 to 5 days at most. In fact, that 5 days, I start fighting the logistics company. Why hasn't my customer gotten his or her order? So in 3 days, the package should already be at your doorstep if you're outside Lagos. But if you're within Lagos, that same day, if you place your order before 12, there is a 70% chance you get your order the same day. If you don't get it that same day, you get it the next day. So
Yeah.
customer experience and turnaround time for delivery as well
Okay, that
take
makes so much sense
professional.
because I know that there are so many businesses online that you see with all these funny messages on their headers, no refunds, no exchanges, no this, ah,
Mm-hmm.
3 to 5 working days pre-order, and then most of them don't understand that all these things that people see online, it's mostly from impulse buying, and that
Exactly.
is what you need to always tap into. Have your products ready for people to buy at an impulse. If I order it today, if I could get it today, that would be fantastic, and then they
Mm-hmm.
trust you. You know, that's a very good point. That's a very, very good
Yeah.
point.
Thank you.
Okay, so what advice would you give to someone who's trying to become an entrepreneur?
Mm. So the first one would be to have a clear goal. So what do you want to do? What is your goal? So like I said in the beginning, why did I choose to be online? A lot of people, a lot of stores now, oh, we have a physical location, but does that work for you? It's good. I'm not here to condemn, oh, you shouldn't have a physical location, but does it work for you? You should have a clear goal of what you want to do and stick with it. You're going to get a lot of advices from people. A lot of people are going to advise you. A lot of people are going to try to talk you into doing something, but have a clear goal on why you started this. And another thing I would also say is that you should be willing to learn. So when you start off as an entrepreneur, of course, you don't have all the money to start paying the hands you need. So you might need a product photographer. You might need someone for your website. You might need somebody to handle your social media page. You just will need people. But at the time you're starting out, you won't be able to afford those people's salary, except you have the funds. If you have the funds, by all means. But if you're starting off small, which I usually advise, if you're starting off small, you should be willing and ready to learn on the job. Another thing I would say is that you should be very patient. So when you start off, you're like, oh, I should already be making money by now. I should be a millionaire. ShopNeen is already making
Yeah,
money. This person is already making money. Do you get it? You start looking
yeah.
around and comparing your business. Oh, why have I not made this amount? Why have I not made this amount? So you just focus on what you're doing, and it's a gradual process. You will get there. Just put in the work and you definitely get there. Focus on
Okay, so
putting in the
now
work.
now that you this is 6 years on, do you have people working with you, and how many people do you have working with you at this point, and how did you
Uh,
select them?
okay, so currently I have 4 people, from the doctor to my assistant the riders to the rider to the person handling the website. We're actually five. We're five people.
Okay,
Yeah.
so how
So we're
did you
five
select
people,
them?
and I would say I've just been blessed with good staff. I've just been blessed. So and it was mostly through referrals.
Thank God you said blessed. Sorry.
Yeah, to be honest, through referrals. Okay,
Okay.
please, oh, I'm looking for somebody. I'm looking for a social media manager. Do you know anybody? I'm somebody that is very open. If I'm looking for something, I would run to you. Oh, hi, Annie, please. I'm looking for somebody that can handle my social media. Do you by chance know somebody? You have to ask. You have to open your mouth and talk to people. So I always
Yeah.
talk. I always ask. Please, you know
Well,
somebody,
close
and that
mouth
was
don't
how
get fed.
exactly. So that's how I was able to get my assistant that works closely with me right now. She also handles the social media page. I still post, but she handles the DMs, and we just know how to assign, like, share the responsibilities. Everybody knows what she is doing, and we're good. So it was just through referrals. Oh, this girl is good. You can work with her, and we've been good since then.
Okay. I
Yeah,
mean, the reason why I laughed when you said blessed is because I know what it's like, what the market, the employment market is like right now when you're trying to
it's
find
crazy.
people. So many people apply, but finding the right person is ridiculous.
Trust me, it's
It's always
crazy.
a
It's
very long
crazy.
journey,
It's crazy.
and I always
When
say
I
this
hear
to
people share
people.
their stories, I'm like, oh, thank God I
Gee,
didn't have to go
sorry.
through that. Really.
I always say this to people that you have to be very patient for the right person to come along, the right staff, because you see so many people that will just come and they won't have an idea of what your dream is. And that could also discourage you. So having the right people around you is very important as well. Having the right people working with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I know you already mentioned, you talked about it a bit when you spoke, when you mentioned that you used to go to your parents to ask for help to fund your business. Aside from family, was there any other way that was there any other fundraising involved for your business?
No. So because I took it one step at a time, there was a clear growth pattern of how this money was going to come. I didn't. I applied for a few funding things, but I didn't get any. But I didn't also rely solely on those. So from family at first, then my best friend on few occasions, and like the first, second year, they were helping. After then, not anymore. So now the business takes care of itself. We don't have to like source outside. But at the beginning, you would definitely need help. If you need to source for funding from banks or all these grants, please do well to apply for them. Apply for them. I applied judiciously at the beginning, but I didn't. Unfortunately, I didn't get any. So if you can get one, by all means, get. So I didn't get any. It was just all from the business.
Yeah, and I think another thing that's important, just for our audience sake, for them to know, before you get to that point of asking a bank for money, rather ask your family first and see what their response is. If you can't convince people that you love to invest in your business, then your business plan is not as solid as you think. So ask family, ask friends, then you go to a bank and try that out. But have a clear business plan so you won't just spend the money.
And they honestly have to also see you putting in the work. So if you're not doing
Exactly.
enough work, nobody would trust you enough to lend you money. So they
Exactly.
have to see that
Oh, wow.
you are. Oh, sorry, life has gone off on your end.
Yes.
Sorry.
Okay, so where were we? So I noticed that your brand, it has this very fun, upbeat, youthful vibe. How did you establish like your brand, your brand image, like your brand culture? How did you establish that?
Okay, so because I'm trying to project people that your glasses doesn't have to be boring. Because you wear glasses, it doesn't have to. You don't have to look old. Your glasses doesn't have to look very basic and ugly, right? You can look really cool and chic. You can go to work looking very. Oh, and it's off again. So I'll just continue. You can go to work looking really cool and having people ask, "Oh, where
I
did
had
you
to
shop
get
your
this.
glasses?" Oh, okay. Nice, nice, nice. So literally, because I saw a lot of people just wearing basic glasses, some people the hand of their glasses is really slack, and it just makes my body crawl. Like, no, your glasses shouldn't be this ugly. You can look really fancy even when you're wearing glasses. So that was just it for us. Look
Okay.
cool, look
So
chic.
guys, I had to wear this so you could see just how good she is at styling people. I mean, I okay, so I don't have any eye what do you call it, eye medicate
Eye
any
defect, yeah,
eye defects.
defect,
I don't even want to
yeah,
say defects. Okay, well, I don't have any of those issues. But
yeah.
my main problem was because I'm always on my screen, either my phone screen or my laptop. I get headaches over time. So I wanted blue light filter glasses, and I got these from ShopNeen. In fact, I got how many did I get that day?
I think you got like
I'm
three or
still going to
four.
get more because I've gotten so many compliments
Thank
from
you
the
so much.
glasses, and this is one of the glasses that I picked out, and it just, I mean, I feel like a
I
completely
know
different
that's
person.
our strong point because we select these styles carefully. You would not come to our page and not be confused. You will literally feel like getting everything right. So it now depends on what color do
As
you
in,
like,
anytime I
what
go on your page, I'm just
style are
like,
you looking to get. you'll be confused because we take our time to select these styles. We want people to look beautiful. We want people to look handsome. Just look very cool. You don't have to look 10 years older, right? Yeah, so
Yes,
that's just the point. You can still work on your laptop and look very fancy.
exactly, like these ones.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you define success?
Hmm. Success to people is actually very different. Some people it's career growth. To some people it's financial freedom. But success to me is just being able to have a positive impact on people and just make people smile, just put smile on people's faces basically. So success is very relative and different to everybody.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm back again.
Wow, and you're really giving us styles. Oh, wow, you didn't. I wasn't prepared. I really wasn't prepared for this, but you look good. I love
Thank
it.
you. Okay, so what have you enjoyed most about starting your own company?
Hmm. I would say the ability to always learn. There is something you have to learn every time. Like, see, once you're running your business, you learn something new every day. I kid you not, every day you're learning. Then, right now, I would say the flexibility. So I can plan my own days. I can schedule my own time. I can just plan things. I can up and move. I can work on a trip. So just being flexible and just being able to call the shots, basically, that's what it is for me.
So
And enjoy. Okay.
do you think you'd have been able to do the same things you're doing now if you're still working your 9 to 5?
Not quite. Not quite. So I left my 9 to 5 in 2019. No, early 2020, just before the COVID. So I resigned because it was like my business. I was working so much and I wasn't seeing progress. It was like there was a stunted growth because early in the morning I'm out of the house by 5 a.m. I'm trying to before I'm able to respond to people's messages. Then I got somebody to help and I'm seeing that messages are not attended to till after 3 hours. And I'm like,
Wow.
okay, Nene Kanu, if you put in time to this thing, you can actually see growth. And I can tell you for a fact, I put in the work since 2020 till now. There has been a very tremendous growth.
Okay, so let's say it took you roughly about 4 years to find success.
Yes, yes, definitely.
Okay, so what are you working on now?
Okay, so now I'm currently working on growth, expansion, um, getting to international markets. See, our country right now, we don't know where anything is going. So just trying to get into international spaces right now and expansion in general because
Okay,
Naira is not working anymore for us.
it's not what it
Today you're
used to
buying
be.
no 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 no. Today, like I was telling my business friends the other day, oh, we plan to do something, we planned a collaboration, and as at the time we planned that collaboration and when we set the pricing, the Chinese money, because I use Chinese money to trade. The Chinese money was a certain figure, and by the time I was ready to place the order, it was like 30 times up. I'm like, why?
What?
Why? It was ridiculous. It was just ridiculous. So from dollar rates to every rate right now, so you can't honestly bank on the naira. So we're trying to just make a shift and see how we can
Okay.
serve some other people because a lot of our customers too have jam and most of them have relocated. So we're looking for ways to also serve them effectively.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I know I've been seeing this everywhere. I don't know if other people have seen it too, but you're one of the vendors showcasing at the GTB Bank Fashion Weekend.
Yay! Yes, yes, we are.
Okay, so guys, it would be really great if you could go over there and check out her store, buy a few pieces, support the brand.
A lot of glasses. We have over 200 styles of eyewear. A lot, from clear
I mean,
glasses to sunglasses to blue light
I've
glasses.
already shown them.
You've shown them
So,
three already. We'll
yes.
have an optometrist on ground on Sunday. So just come through, guys. Is at Eniola Water Corporation Plot 1 from 10 a.m. till about, I'll be there till 8 p.m. But the event runs up till 10 p.m. So from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. But we will be there till 8 p.m. for resetting. After 8 p.m. But
Peace
Saturday
out.
and Sunday, this Saturday and Sunday, we'll definitely be there. So you can come try on all the styles we have available.
Okay, so now before we close, we promised a giveaway. So how do you want to run this? It's your call.
Oh, that's true. That's true. You know, I almost forgot that. I
No,
almost
did we
forgot that.
forget to?
Okay. So how do we do this now?
Should we ask a question
Hmm.
based on our
Okay.
conversation so far? I think that would be
Oh,
fun.
okay. All right. I think we should do that.
Okay, so and the first person to answer wins. Answer correctly wins.
Yeah.
Um. Hmm.
So let me just say the terms of the giveaway.
Okay,
Please,
yeah,
you
you
must be
go.
in Lagos. You must be in Lagos. You can pick any frame of your choice for your prescription, anything you want. So if you want your sunglasses, you can send us a message. Oh, this is what I want. I want a giveaway from this line, and this is what I want. If you want us to do your prescription as well, let us know. So if you have a prescription strength, send it to us. We'll have it surcharged to send to you. If you want a blue light glasses, by all means, but it's just one person. Any Proceed with your question.
Okay.
Can't hear you. Okay.
Session. Um. We asked Nene how she did her fundraising for her brand. Can you tell me one of the methods in which she got funding for her business? Okay, no, she mentioned two ways. Can you mention the two ways that she got funding for her business?
Let's go. The first answer.
Let's
Get
see.
a free eyewear from us. Free eyewear, free delivery within Lagos. So let's see. I gave to lee.ng. I gave to
Two.
she has answered. I think we have a winner already.
Oh no, she didn't say okay. She didn't say it was just now just gotten a winner. She didn't say okay. Oh, she just put the other answer now.
She put the
But
other
somebody
answer.
got there before you. So I think our first winner is Dara Nukam.
Yeah, there are.
Our winner is Dara Nukam. Okay, so Dara, after this live, you can send a message and we'll
Send
reach
us a
out to you.
message. Any congratulations, there are.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining this live, Nene. It was an absolute blast.
You're welcome. Thank you
We're
so
going
much
to
for
be
having
looking
me.
forward to seeing more of you on this show. Amazing. Thank you
Okay.
everyone for joining this live. I'll see you again tomorrow for our next live session.
Bye, guys. Have a good evening.
Bye.